students, in our last class we talked about human heart, the internal structure of heart, how heart is functioning and cardiac cycle. Today we are going to discuss some of the more terms related to heart. The first one is heart rate. We discussed about cardiac cycle, that cardiac cycle is simply because of relaxation and contraction of heart. So heart rate is also coming because of simultaneous contraction and relaxation of heart. Contraction and relaxation of heart. So that is maintaining our heart rate. And because of this continuous contraction and relaxation of heart, blood is coming in the heart and blood is removed, or you can say blood is transferred or getting out of the heart. And this is making our heart rate. If we see a normal young individual that is completely present in a normal resting situation, then our heart rate is 72 times per minute. This is for a normal healthy individual at resting positions. This heart rate can change, means the functioning of heart, there can be increase or decrease in the speed of the heart in some of the situations. It can be because of exercise, or you can say fever is there, in situations like anger also. So in some of the practical situations, the heart rate can increase also. So it will be more than 72 times per minute, because in emergency situations there will be more requirement of oxygen in our body cells. So more oxygen or more blood will be pumped, and that is containing more oxygen. That's why our heart is controlled, the functioning of the heart is controlled by both hormonal actions, because we know at emergency situations adrenaline is going to be released, and that is increasing the heart rate. Plus we are also having some of the neurogenic controls of our functioning of heart. If we some organisms, in small size organisms, the metabolic rate is very fast. Means the heart rate is depending upon the size of the organism plus the metabolic rate of the organism. In organisms like rabbit, the heart rate, the metabolic rate is very fast, and to cope up with this metabolic rate, the heart rate is also very fast. It is almost 200 times per minute. So size of the organism and metabolic rate is also affecting the heart rate. In large size organisms, the metabolic rate is slow, like in elephants. And because of the slow metabolic rate, heart rate is also slow, and that is around 25 times per minute. So this is the relation between heart rate and size and metabolic process of an organism. See, when we are talking about contraction and relaxation, in cardiac cycle we have seen that when atrias are relaxed, they are present in relaxed position, then blood is going to enter into the atrias. The left atria is receiving oxygenated blood and the right atria is receiving deoxygenated blood. Then because of the contraction, the blood is going into their ventricles, and ventricles, when they are contracting, blood is moving into the aorta and pulmonary artery. So each time when one relaxation is there, heart is receiving blood, and one contraction is there, heart is pumping out blood. So the blood that is pumped by heart in one heart rate, or you can say in one contraction and relaxation, that is known as stroke volume. So one time in one contraction and relaxation, heart is going to pump near about 70 ml of blood. And in 1 minute, we are saying that heart is contracting and relaxing for 72 times. 72 times per minute. That is giving us our cardiac volume. So cardiac volume will be the amount of blood that is pumped by the heart in 1 minute. So in 1 minute we are having 72 cardiac cycles. So it will be 72 into 70, and that is almost near about 5.5 liters. And if you see it, you remember that this is about the normal blood that is present in the young adult human being. So almost all of the body of the blood is going to pass through the heart in per minute. This is the ability of the heart. And because of this heart rate, if it is going to increase in some of the situations, this cardiac volume will increase because continuous heart rate is also increasing. So I am talking about just the normal situations. In normal situations, this will be the cardiac volume. Now see, for relaxation, contraction and relaxation of the heart, there should be a stimuli that is going to give message to the heart muscles for contraction and relaxation. So if we see the type of hearts on the basis of stimulus that is given for the contraction and relaxation of the heart, heart is of two types, neurogenic and myogenic. Some of the organisms are having neurogenic heart and some of the organisms are having myogenic heart. What is the difference between these two type of hearts? It simply means then the contraction is, here the contraction in heart is stimulated by nerves. Nerve fibers are there, and these nerve fibers are going to stimulate the process of contraction. In some of the organisms like arthropods, these are showing neurogenic heart. While in myogenic heart, there are muscles, specialized muscles, modified muscles are present in the heart, and these modified muscles are helping in the initiation of contraction. So in vertebrates, annelids, myogenic heart is present. In human beings also we are having myogenic heart. So let's talk about the structures, the muscles that are responsible for the initiation of or stimulation of contraction in the heart. This can easily be discussed with the help of the diagram. Yesterday also we talked about all the important structures that are present in our heart. This is the right side. I am not getting in much detail because that is not required in this topic. We are going to talk about right atrium. This one is right atrium. Now this right atrium is having a neuromuscular tissue. This neuromuscular tissue is present near the opening of superior vena cava. Here superior vena cava was coming, and near to the opening of superior vena cava, a specialized neuromuscular tissue is present, and this is known as SA node. This is SA node. Sinoatrial node. And this SA node is responsible for the stimulation of contraction. It is sending a message of contraction, and because of the message, or you can say stimulation that has initiated from here, the heart is going to contract. So SA node is present in the right atrium near the opening of superior vena cava. Now it is going to give a impulse of contraction. This is the impulse of contraction, and from this SA node, this impulse of contraction is received by another muscular structure that is again present in the right atrium, and that is known as AV node, atrioventricular node. So from here the impulse of contraction is coming, and that is received by this AV node. Sometimes Some individuals, they, because of any of the reason, the SA node fails to work. So the working of heart is inhibited and it is known as pacemaker. So under the skin, a artificial pacemaker is implanted in such type of individuals. So from here the wave of contraction is initiated. It will be received by AV node, and from this AV node bundle of fibers are arising, and these bundle of fibers, they are moving downward. I am making this space a more wider. These are not smooth, but because we are not required to show that. So this is how a bundle of fibers is arising from this AV node, and these bundle of fibers are known as bundle of His. And the function will be, they are going to carry this wave of contraction to the ventricles. So from SA node, the wave of contraction is taken by AV node, that is giving this wave of contraction to the atrias, because of which the atrias are going to contract. From AV node, the wave of contraction is passing into the bundle of His and finally into the ventricles. So because of this, the ventricles are going to contract. So this is how the bundle of His is moving downwards, and later on it is bifurcating into two. Why? Because we are having two ventricles. So it is going to reach into each and every respective ventricle, and because of this wave of contraction, the ventricles are going to contract. So this is moving like this way. Bundle of His in bifurcates and enters into each of the ventricles. Now after entering into the ventricle, it is showing small fibers that are entering into the myopericardium. Here the middle layer is myocardium. So these fibers are entering into the myocardium, and these are known as Purkinje fibers. So these are going to give this message of wave of contraction to the myocardium, so that the cardiac muscles that are present in the myocardium are going to contract. This is how wave of contraction is initiated by SA node, and they are also showing autorhythmicity. Once a wave of contraction has generated, it will continuously start contracting and relaxing. So this is how the pattern is functioning, and heart is going to contract, and later on then when this wave stops, heart will be in relaxed position. Again when the wave will be generated, it will be in contracting position. So this is how this specific muscle is going to activate the contraction in heart. There is one small topic also, we talked something about it in yesterday also. So let's complete it. That is our heartbeat. Heartbeat. I told yesterday also that heartbeat can easily be listened by placing a stethoscope on the chest of an individual, and this heartbeat is composed of two sounds, heart sounds. Because of the continuous contraction and relaxation, heart sounds are produced, and the first heart sound is lub and the second heart sound is dub. When these lub and dub are produced, the first heart sound lub is produced by the closing of bicuspid and tricuspid valve. And when these are going to close, when contraction, so it is formed by the closing of produced by the closing of bicuspid and tricuspid valve. The lub sound is very short pitched and it remains for long duration. It is about 0.15 seconds. The second heart sound is produced by the closing of semilunar valves. So because of the closing of semilunar valves, the second sound is produced, and this is a, you can say, high pitched sound, and its time duration is very small, that is near about 0.1 second. This is how 2 hertz sounds are produced, and these can easily be listened with the help of a stethoscope. If there is any problem in bicuspid or tricuspid valve, or during the closing of semilunar valve, in some of the, you can say, infections like fever or bacterial infection, they are going to affect these valves, and a blood sound or a sound of sh will be produced, and that is known as heart murmur. So these valves cannot be, sometimes they are not going to function proper, the closing will not be proper, so such type of sound will appear in the, we are going to listen in the stethoscope. The next thing is the regulation of heart rate, or you can say heartbeat. We are having 2 type of regulations. Neural regulation means regulation is done with the help of nerve fibers, and second one is hormonal regulation, that is done by the different type of hormones. So first let's talk about the neural regulation, in which nerves are going to regulate the heart rate. Already told, normally the heart rate is 72 times per minute, but when there is in exercise situations or fear, anger, such type of situations are there, then the heart rate is going to increase. Now what is the situation for this? This is our heart. From this side, aorta is arising. So arc of aorta is going to form. And from here, we are having pulmonary artery. I am showing pulmonary artery. These are the bifurcations of pulmonary artery. This is our right atrium, and this is our left atrium. So these structures, the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart, they are attached with nerve fibers. Here parasympathetic nerve fibers are present. Nerve fibers which are acting as a cardiac accelerator, means they are going to increase the heartbeat. So they are cardiac accelerators. And with aorta, sympathetic nerve fibers are associated. Which are responsible for the decrease in the heart rate. So they are cardiac inhibitors. The message that is going from this side of the heart, the aorta, that is going to, the message is going to medulla oblongata, because the medulla oblongata is the regulation center for our heartbeat. So if arteries are going to form, give the message to medulla oblongata. In our respiratory system, we talked about the aortic bodies and carotid bodies that are present in the arc of aorta and the bifurcation of left and right subclavian arteries. So these are going to send the message to the medulla oblongata, and this side is responsible for the decrease in the heart rate. And if from this side, the parasympathetic nerve fibers are going to give the message to medulla oblongata, it is going to activate the, or you can say it is going to accelerate the heart rate. This is how our neural system is working with the regulation of our heart rate depending upon the situations that are present. The second is the hormonal control. The medulla, adrenal medulla, is going to secrete two hormones, hormonal regulation. Medulla of adrenal gland it is going to release two hormones, epinephrine and non-epinephrine. They are also going to control our heart rate. This epinephrine is going to be released during the emergency situations and it is going to be released in the normal situations. So, non-epinephrine is controlling the heart rate during normal situations, while epinephrine is responsible for controlling our heart rate during the emergency situations. This is how the regulation of heart rate is done. Now, the next topic is pulse, or you can say pulse rate. It is equal to our heart rate. That means our heart rate is 72 times per minute. Our pulse rate is also 72 times per minute. And how we are going to explain or measure this pulse rate? This pulse rate is simply you can say there is continuous jerk that is produced in the arteries, and we are going to measure this contraction and expansion, or you can say the elasticity. Because of the elasticity in the walls of arteries, they are going to expand and they are again going to come into their normal position. And this is how we are calling it as pulse. And normally we are going to measure the radial pulse. The radial pulse is present in our wrist and it is present just below our skin, very near to the surface of the skin. That's why it can easily be observed. So we observe this radial pulse. Now what happens? How the arteries, they are going to expand at intervals, not always, at intervals it take place. How? When ventricles contract. And which ventricle? When left ventricle contract. What happens when left ventricle contracts? Blood is going to rise in aorta. From aorta, various arteries are arising and these arteries are present all over our body. So when pressure, this is an artery, when because of the contraction of left ventricle, with pressure the blood is entering into the arteries, it is going to somewhat expand because of high pressure. This is measured. Now when this left ventricle is going to relax, again the pressure will decrease and blood will flow normally. So these arteries are going to come in their normal position and some amount of blood always remains inside because of complete relaxation. Now again when left ventricle is going to contract, again the blood is going to come in pressure, again the walls of arteries are going to expand. And during measuring the pulse, we are going to see these changes in the walls of arteries. So it is showing like a distortion in the walls of arteries, which can easily be felt by placing a finger on these arteries or on the radial pulse. So it will be equal to our heart rate. When heart rate is 72 times per minute, means with one contraction of the left ventricle, artery is going to expand. Again when relaxation is there, it is coming to normal position. When another time left ventricle is going to contract, again it is going to expand and again come to normal position. So along with one heartbeat, this thing is happening. So it is always equal to our heart rate. Now this pulse rate, it varies. If we compare the pulse rate of different individuals in children, the pulse rate is more as compared to adult. And if we compare a male and female, then also in females pulse rate is more as compared to males. During normal situations, normal conditions, pulse rate is normal, or you can say slow, as compared to situations like exercise, fever, or you can say fear, or any type of emergency situation. This is how the pulse rate is associated with the heart rate. Next time we are going to discuss about electrocardiogram.